Check it out. I'm here for it. Happy New Day. We here for it. Before I hop into this joint, I want us to start off with the gratitude. When you get up this morning, when you get off work, whatever you was indulging at that point in time, did you exercise gratitude? Did you? Did you look around? Did you pray? Did you reflect? Did you thank God for waking you up this morning? Because somebody didn't wake up this morning. They didn't. Did you take that moment and reflect on your breathing? That's a blessing. Your senses in order. That's a blessing. Clothes. That's a blessing. You woke up with a roof over your head. That's a blessing. Insulation, heat. That's a blessing. Option of what to wear. That's a blessing. There's somebody with terminal illness right now. They find a reason to smile. If somebody who's amputated and they say uplifting and on point, there's somebody who's been quadriplegic their whole life, and yet they still going around here and generating gratitude. Don't be that person better because you didn't have your energy drink or what happened to you yesterday or whatever things that people choose to want to get mad about or frustrated about, because once again, your problems is what somebody praying for. If you take the time and 5 things to be thankful for, 5 things, and allow that to multiply throughout your day. Be a little bit more grateful. If you have more great gratitude, a little bit more grace and mercy on life around you, you can control your actions, not nobody else's reactions. You can do that. It's possible. It is. That's what we got to reflect on. We challenge ourselves in the wrong light. We don't really promote the changes that we could do within ourselves, but we complain about everything else. This is bad. This is this. This, what's good in your life? Tell me 10 things that's good in your life. 20 things that are amazing in your life. 30 things about yourself that you love about yourself. It can reduce a lot of that stress and anxiety. It will. So I just want to hop in on, I've been watching y'all posts. I have. A lot of you guys still talking about I don't deal with people. And I see it's always 2 extremes of people in this world. The ones that I don't do people, or the ones that's good with everybody. You got to select a few that's they only deal with certain people, and I understand that. I really do. I really do. But then you got to start processing. People don't deal with everybody. You don't got no boundaries. You don't got no principles. You're a people pleaser. The one person who don't deal with nobody, you still broken. You need to heal. You need some help. That's where wisdom come in. We always say we know. We know how to do this. We know how to interact with that. We know how to take care of this. But you don't know how to deal with that pride, that entitlement, your heart being broken. You don't know how to deal with that. You don't know how to deal with that. We have so many misdiagnosed things that we put upon ourselves. We don't align ourselves with the right things, the right sources, the right people, the right attitude. And you wondering why you're in the same predicament that you've been in. And you wondering why you're suffering from the same things that you caused. Most of the time, 90% of the time, it's your wisdom. We all got knowledge. We all can know, recite so much, but wisdom is what's important. When to do it. If it should be you that want to do it, whatever it is, whether it's solving a problem, reminding you who you are, finding yourself. Affirmations, prayer, because we avoid that so much until it's a car accident or a funeral arrangement, or we finna eat food, or we get a good job, or at somebody's wedding. Oh yeah, that church, synagogue, samples. Oh, we can put the hands together then. Prayer is not only on Sundays. Prayer is not only on those moments when things was detrimental in your life. Those are not the only times. When you, all throughout the day, I pray and I be thankful to God. Allah, Yahweh, Jehovah, whatever you want to call him. I make sure I acknowledge him. I start throughout my day. I start at the beginning of my day and I do it. Throughout the day, I do it. I'm in the car, I'm doing it. When I'm having a conversation with somebody and I think something finna go left, I'm doing that. I'm applying that. I'm focusing on making amends, repenting, getting closer to him, being more obedient, being a better servant, focusing on myself mentally, physically, as well as spiritually. Because a lot of you guys got all the money in the world, the best cars, the best relationship, biggest house, but you still bitter, you still irritated, you still feel left behind. You still got a drug problem, you still got a drinking problem, you still have a pornography problem, you have a gambling problem. Why is that? Thought you was in a good space. But a lot of y'all work on your immune system so you don't get sick, but you don't work on your spirit because your spirit is broken right now. And this is why you went around here attacking people on social media. This is why you went around here sabotaging other people's relationship. This is why you on here cracking jokes on other people's downfalls as if you haven't been there or your family haven't been there or that you haven't struggled before. But we don't talk about that because we got to promote how amazing we are. And that's good too, acknowledging your accomplishments. But then acknowledge the people who got you there. Acknowledge the ones behind the scenes. Celebrate them, not just on social media, but in person. When you get money, y'all get money. When you have a celebration, invite them. When you want to give a shout out, shout out your people. This is not on your birthday when Facebook say, hey, it's somebody's birthday. It should be in general. Somebody got off alcohol, got off drugs, got out of jail, got custody of their kids. That stuff works. It really goes a long way. We do it on social media. And hold on, let me drink my water because I got to mind my business, right? It really helps to start your day with prayer and gratitude and grace and mercy because God's giving it to you every day. You saying he ain't done nothing for you. As much as you betrayed him and dogged him out, and he woke up this morning by his grace and mercy, but you can't get over that grudge with that relationship or that job or with your sibling. Holidays coming up and all you guys are stressing and getting so overwhelmed over people that you don't want to be around, that you won't have to be around. Conversation that you don't want to talk about. Why you ain't married? Heard you got divorced. How your case going? How your job going? What's going on with the kids? You know, it's all of that. How's the therapy or whatever. Those are uncomfortable conversations that you don't want to talk about. But you guys have to be there. You're being fake. You're putting that filter on. Entertaining those people who don't respect you. The ones that laughed at you over the decisions that you made, like they didn't make them bad decisions. The ones who abuse their finances. They be clowning you as if they got it all together. The car you driving, they making fun of, and you coming around them. What's important is, remember, some of us are a product of our environment. You don't want to become a prisoner to it. Sometimes we just need discernment. We just need to see beyond the people that's around us, because a lot of times when we get our heart broke or we get played, manipulated, or diluted, so to speak, it's always from a person, but they did me wrong, but could it be, this a thought, the place value? You put a person that was notorious for stealing in a position so they can steal? Could it be you put a leech in your circle to take away everybody around you, y'all greatness, y'all kindness? Could it be that you put a pawn in your circle who was focusing on stopping anything that you stood for? Could it be? One thing I've processed and I reflected on is people. We have types of people in our life, whether we're in a relationship with them or just from a friendship standpoint. We have the pawns, we have the parasites, we have the projects, and you have your partner. Those individuals, it helps you a lot because we give everything to everybody. But you got to understand, just like in the Bible, I got some notes. Remember this. When you properly define then you can properly assign yourself into a better situation. And that's what you got to notice on. Same way like this. In John chapter 6, because y'all know you want to get into that, but I'm here for it. If you don't like it, keep scrolling, keep it moving, because we into it. We're going to talk about that. John chapter 6, verse 70. He said, I did not choose the 12, but one of you was the devil. So Jesus, he knew the difference because he had the wisdom. He knew the difference. Somebody in the circle is not about the right. He acknowledged it. He regulated the way it needs to be, and that was that. And then you got to understand, when you properly place people in a better position or where they feel like they're worse, they're going to be offended. When you set boundaries, they're going to be offended. When you start speaking up for yourself, they're going to become offended. Because you know why? Because they was profiting off your ignorance. They was profiting off your negativity. They was profiting off of things that you did in your life that they monetized. And now they can't win off you no more. And now they got a problem with that. I want you to understand this. People who in a certain lifestyle, when it comes to them finding yourself, you need a circle of people. And you got to know how to discern who's in what position. So based on what position they in, they can honor that. It's like a job. Qualifications. You meet them in qualification. Then they do an interview. You pass the interview. Then they put you through orientation. You pass orientation. Then they do a 60 to 90 day probationary period, right? Then they might do a 6 months probationary period to see where you are, to make sure if they need to switch you around, demote you, or promote you, or work on an annual salary or balance, whatever. Your people that you put in your circle, you have to do the same way. Some of you guys is not so much of the judge of character, it's where you place them. You place a desperate person in a place that's dear to your heart. You place a broken person in a stable environment. You place a person who's notorious from destroying things in a place that you build from the ground, from rock bottom. And you upset. You upset, you bothered. That's what I want you guys to understand. We're going to focus on pain prevention, the best of our ability, because it's not that you're not going to go through pain, but you want to know what type of steps that you can do that's not going to cause a conflict of interest in your life. Because we are going to go through situations and struggles, and that's not a problem. But the more equipped you are, same way with the weather. If it's hot, you got the clothes for it, right? You got the hygiene for it, right? If it's cold, you got the thermals, you got the hats, you got the mints. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. You have to do the same thing when it comes to vetting out your friends, who you got in your circle. What do you consider them in your life? What do they mean to you? The definition of on both areas, because that's the main goal of us. The better your relationship are with people, and then you understand the difference of, do you care about me, or are they trying to use me? Are these individuals trying to promote me, or are they trying to demote me? Are these other individuals trying to gain some popularity or clout off of me, or do they really care about me? Do they care about my character over my performance? Because that's really what matters. You know what I care about? Your integrity, your character. If I'm burning, would you put fire out? If I'm hungry, would you feed me? If somebody's trying to betray me, would you speak up on my behalf? That's what really matters to me. I'm not too wrapped up on, oh, what's your spiritual base? And oh, how you feel about... We'll get to all that stuff later. I'm focusing on as of right now. If I need some help, can you help me? And it's not always monetary. It could be sharing a post, adding a comment, reiterating something, maybe help me move around with something, help me with a homework assignment, help me with how to process what I'm learning, whatever information I'm acquiring, a trade, a skill, a resource, because that's really what helps. And that's how I'm going to understand who you are. I want to see how you treat that waiter, treat that waitress, treat that janitor, how you treat somebody who piss you off, because that's what I'm focused on, because guess what? My turn is going to come up. I want to make sure the way you treat your loved ones or somebody that's dear to your heart, you'll do me like that too, because you just met me. You just met me. So I want you guys to understand Jesus in, was it Mark chapter 3, verse 13? He went up to the mountain And he appointed 12. He didn't appoint the crowd, the thousands of people. He appointed 12 people first. Message. Then also in Mark chapter 5, verse 37, he permitted nobody to follow him but Peter, James, and John. Now he had 12 people that he locked in with. But when it came for him to take care of something or transfigure something within himself or do something of a certain type of importance, he only brought 3 people. Some of us bring everybody to everything, and then we wonder why some get sabotaged, or why things didn't work out to the best interest, or how it just seemed like it got ruined. You put all them years into it, and it only did. You put 10 years into it, and it took them 10 minutes to destroy what you built. And now you claustrophobic, and now you have trust issues, and now you bitter, and now you have this, oh, I'm not hateful, this is my attitude. Now you wounded. And you're not addressing that wound. An unaddressed wound becomes an infection. That infection becomes your personality. You just put a shirt over it, and that wound needed some ointment. And you just covered it up because it wasn't a big deal. You never got it fixed. And now went from being affected to your personality, so now you have to get amputated. So now you lost a part of yourself from being the best of yourself now, all because you didn't want to address it. These are the things. This is why wisdom is so important. This is why prayer is so important. All the influences is so important to have in your life. The healthy ones, not just anybody, because this stuff matter. So when you process on how Jesus did things, that type of discernment, that type of understanding, he understood 3 people was mature, grounded, and healthy enough to see him in his vulnerable stage, to help him go out and do a certain type of task, not everybody else. Because in certain times in your life, you got to know how to separate your valley buddies versus your mountain buddies. I get it, they're your homies and they cool, but some of them are not in that mental space to assist you the way you need them to. Some of them not in that space to be able to help you from that emotional space. Some of them are not in that space to be able to pray for you. Some of them not in that type of space to promote you the way you want them to. It's not going to be everybody, and that's okay. You got to know how to separate the certain people. We be so bad where you don't want to say, you want to invite everybody because you want to be a good person, but you're abusing yourself. Everybody don't mean you will. You might think if somebody's patting you on the back, but really they looking for a soft spot to stab you in. You might think this person that's on your boat is rowing, but really he drilling holes in there to make sure you sink. You got to know when people smile to match their handshake. You got to understand that certain people that's in your life, they don't want to see you win. They don't want to see you win. They sit right beside you so they can sabotage you, so they can stunt your growth. Because the enemy works in crazy ways, but we'll get to that later. I want you to be able to decipher your types of friends. So in my other notes, we here for it. I just want to make sure I get thorough with you guys, but I want to make sure it's impactful as well, because I'm on 3 different channels, so I want to get this together real quick so I can go throughout my day. So you understand a project, because we got 4 types of people. Once again, you got your project, you got your pawns, you got your parasites, you got your partner. When you understand what a project is, they're not bad people. You need to know that projects, you don't build a bond with them. You build bricks with them. You help them. There are tasks that you need to do. You need to keep it moving. You don't tell your personal secrets to them. You don't go out on a date with them. You don't tell your life history to them. You don't do that. You're just here not to build a bond, but to build a brick and to keep it moving. You guys are here to fulfill a goal, and that's that. But you know what we do? We get so wrapped up in helping somebody or somebody helping us, and once you understand the value within yourself, you will confuse your contribution as confirmation. Oh, that was from God. Oh, they really meant to be there for me. This person I'm going to marry. Oh, this my Proverbs 31 woman. This my Ephesians man. Oh, this my Timothy. This my Paul. This my Boaz. This my Ruth. And now things start to get a little confused because the person helping you, their project, and you don't see that. You need to understand they're on assignment, not on alignment. You can't connect with everybody who seems like they're doing a good deed because you guys are in a certain type of field. In a house, You're going to need an electrician. You're going to need a roofer. You're going to need a pipe fitter, concrete fence. You're going to need a person to help out on the installation. You're going to need a landscape person. You're going to need all those individuals, but you guys got a task to do. You don't want to misinterpret the fact that this project is somebody I should marry. This project was supposed to help. What you understand was you go way back to Samuel. Oh yeah, I think it was 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 12. He anointed David in the wilderness in front of his brothers and kept him moving. He didn't stick with him and tell him, "Oh, you're doing good. I like how you're doing with that slingshot." Oh, I like how you're doing. He kept it moving and going. We have a hard time because we're connecting people. A lot of females have a hard time with doing this more than men because females are, from the biology of who they are, they're designed to be helpmates. So it's hard for them not to put a little bit more into the situation. But you guys got to decipher a person that's a project. You was there to help them, not to love on them, not to go grocery shopping with them, not to go to their baby showers, because now you're confusing the two. And then when things don't work out, you don't understand. You was only meant to help them. That was a pit stop. And now all of a sudden you're making that your habitat. And now you're frustrated. Because you was there to help them. And now you realize, oh, they're not so positive. They're not so cultivating. They don't believe in God. They don't know how to problem solve. They don't know how to apologize. Or they're abusive. Or they're alcoholic. But I figured the contribution confused you. That good feeling you had confused you. They are 100% to get a job done. To get a job done. To get a job done. Not to marry you. Not to move in with you. Not to share your bills with you. They're a project. A project is what we focus on together. Not because after the project's done, you got to keep it moving. You can't stay there with them. You can't stay there with them and grow with them in that area. That's not the position that you're supposed to be in. And once you understand that, it kind of works for you. That's where discernment comes in. Discernment and prayer comes in. Boundaries, principles, and standards. You'll know the difference, though, because you can tell when people fall in love with people in the workforce or some other type of profession in their life over you guys doing some type of service together. And there is selected people, a small percentage that works out, but it's not a lot of them. Because if it was, it wouldn't be some people on social media bashing the other gender. Oh, this person, that person, the gender, the denomination get attacked. The sexual orientation gets attacked because you had a bad experience. So now they all terrible. But you had to misjudge your character. You don't have that discernment. You allowed your feelings to cloud your judgment. You did that. It was not so much of, they did me wrong. I can't say somebody broke into my house and I gave them a key. I can't call the police. They broke into my house. It wasn't no forced entry. So that 9 times out of 10, I was familiar with them. 9 times out of 10, I trust them enough to give them a key. I gave them something they didn't earn because I was so wrapped up. Either I was codependent, I was desperate, I wanted some type of companionship so bad. I wanted to be compatible with somebody so bad that I just gave up my rights. I gave up my will. I gave up my self-love. I gave up who I am as an individual. And now look at my life because of what I caused. And that's what we have a hard time with, admitting that we were stupid. We was gullible at times. I've been there. I've been gullible. I've been stupid. I've been misled. I allowed my feelings to cloud my judgment. I had low self-esteem. These are all things that I encompass into myself, and I perpetuate that. Anybody I was around, I had abandonment issues. So you know what I look for? Somebody that can help me be emotionally secure or physically secure. I had high anxiety. Looking for somebody that was like solace, that was like a meditation person to assist me in that person. I was an individual that was codependent. I was looking for a person who loved to help, a nurturer. You see what I'm saying? So I was looking for the things but I was looking for my trauma. I was looking for my pain. I was looking for my desperation. So when we cling on to people in the wrong way to heal us in that spot, then once we get better, you don't need that person no more. And you know that. But guess what? Now you're married to the person. Now they're your baby mama or baby daddy. Or now you guys merge your bills together. Now you guys got car payments together, a mortgage together. And now it's not easy to let go. You wanted that person to help you get on your feet, and you fell in love with that person. And now you realize their values don't add up. Their principles don't add up. The way they interact with your family, it doesn't add up. But now you knee deep now. Now you don't know how to get out of it. Now you struck because you guys got history. You guys merged with the families. You got too many things in common from everybody else. And now you wrapped up with the aesthetics on, oh, I want to leave, but I can't. Or I'm strong enough to speak about it, but I'm not strong enough to use my feet, pack my bags up. We got so many kids together. We got this. It's hard. But then you got to process. When you was first dating the individuals, what was your intentions? What was your objectives to begin with? It was your feelings because you wanted to prove that you could sustain a relationship. You wanted to prove that you worth something. You wanted to be everything in that relationship because you haven't been nothing to yourself. So I'm going to look for this person to heal me. Like they're the one that got me sick. You cannot heal in the same place that you got sick at. But we attach ourselves to people and we don't want to admit that I'm dating you or I'm married to you or I'm locked in with you because I need some type of significance behind that. But we'll get to that later because I can do that all day. So after projects of types of people that you have in your life, they're an assignment, not alignment. You was there to help them, not heal them, not nurture them, not love on them, not impregnate them, not get it pregnant, bro. This a help, and it's to keep it moving. So then also we got the parasites. We all know a lot of parasites. I was a parasite at one time. Those are the ones that leech off you. They're the ones that find some type of significance off of who you are. They're the individuals who pride themselves on being the potential, being compatible, but not doing anything else. They're going to have you take on their worries, and they're going to sit back. They don't have to worry about getting a car because you have a car. They don't worry about getting a job because you have a job. They don't have to worry about a babysitter because you're the babysitter now. They're gonna throw all these love bombs. You're a good friend. You're a good person or a lover and all this stuff. And now you carrying their weight. It's just like how at relationships you see it at the airport. You see the guy carrying all the bags and the girl that's walking around here. That's you. When you're dealing with a parasite, that's exactly how parasites operate. They're going to give you all their luggage, all their problems, all their setbacks, all their traumas, all their issues, everything that they're going through. You're going to write papers for them, do their homework, clean their house, clean up their car, put your own gas in the car that they burnt out because they don't care. They're going to be around you because of your connections, your resources, how convenient you are. They're not going to miss a meal with you. They're not going to ever be homeless because of you. And you being gullible, dealing with that parasite, not identifying that this person is throwing me off. And the enemy loves to get the parasite in your life because you know what else the enemy do? For the 18 and older, we here for it. You know, I ain't holding back on anything. The enemy loves to use sex, intimacy at the rough form, that feeling that you never had before, that moment, that thing you never experienced. And now you wrapped up in it. And you know what that is? The enemy's going to get you caught up in that poison. So he'll get you wrapped up in that poison by giving you pleasure. So because that pleasure is so much for you, you don't see the poison that he's getting into your veins, that is getting into your bloodstreams, and it's seeping away at you little by little. Now you start noticing your weight habits change. Your edges going away. Your hairline's fading away. You're not sleeping the same. You're not functioning the same. You can't operate. You don't even know what day of the week it is. You just used to keep yourself up, groom, and now you got your hair over here. Now the guys, they got the do-rags on. I mean, they just looking rough. They got on clothes that look like it should be at a homeless shelter because they're so wrapped up. They're so distracted. They're thrown off and they drain because that's what a parasite does. Take the energy away from you. Take away any sense of what you thought you was going to be doing. They're a priority now. That parasite is a priority now. You're going to take all that load. If you're not a good person. If you're not, you don't love them no more. They're going to guilt trip you because when you don't know the value of yourself, when you don't have the right provision, when you don't have the right spiritual guidance, you'll get confused by that. And this is why it is so good to Spend time with yourself. Understand your strength, your weaknesses, your opportunities, your threats. How to get a better spiritual base. How to process conflict resolution. How to understand discernment. How to get boundaries. How to obtain principles and standards. And don't move it based on the person that's around you, because the man 6'3", 230 pounds, he got abs of steel, or the female that's 5'0", she's shaped like a Coke bottle, and she probably do that one thing, and we get sidetracked and we get misled to the point where we frustrated, we befuddled, we just flabbergasted, going, I don't know how. You don't know how. Your eyes was guiding you. Your lust was guiding you. That sense of urgency, thirstiness was guiding you. You had your tongue out. Scooby-Doo tip. That's what was guiding you. The guys, you let your hormones guide you. And that's where you at, where you are. We don't get mad. Understand, projects are people to help. Parasites, they're leeches. You got to watch them. You got to be mindful. You got to be careful. They're like little ticks. They're like little mosquitoes. Once they get in, it's a problem. And it's a problem. And the pawns. Watch out for the pawns. They're the ones that are going to attack the inner you, the inner me, so to speak. Your inner joy, your inner peace, your inner goals, your inner aspirations. It's going to destroy everything. When the enemy sends a pawn in your life, their goal is to stop the evolution of you, to stunt your growth, to make sure whatever you need to give birth to, whether it was a new job, a new position, is there to make sure you have a stillborn lifestyle, to keep you stagnant. That type of person, that pawn, they come in to destroy whatever you built, to destroy that, keep you sidetracked, misled, overwhelmed, distracted, take you away from anything that brought you peace. That painting used to do, you're not doing no more. That sewing used to do, you're not doing no more. That meditating, that yoga, the Pilates, the swimming, whatever you did on your free time, you're not going to be able to do no more, because that pawn is going to do everything it can to take you away little by little, chip you away, chip at you. You're not going to even notice it. You're not going to even think it's a bad thing, because in your mind, this person going through a hard time, because, we like to provide excuses for somebody's behavior. It's just like, think about a female's getting abused. He didn't hit me with a ball fist. He hit me with an open hand. And it wasn't really my fault because I pissed him off. Or a guy. Yeah, she bust my windows out. But, I really should have did the dishes, or I really should have gave her that money so she can go on her girls trip with the other guy. That type of stupid stuff, because we get stupid and we don't realize we get so tied up with this phrase I call lethal loyalty, where we confuse being loyal with being stupid. Being loyal doesn't mean sacrifice your morals, your values, your integrity. That doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean give up what means the dearest to you. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean empty out your whole bank account. It doesn't mean this person ruined your first car and your second car. It doesn't mean get them another car. They don't have a license. They're not doing anything to fix the insurance. Your insurance went up. It does not mean being stupid. That's what we have a hard time with dealing with. Lethal loyalty is bad for a lot of us, because we figure because we known it for so long, or they helped us when we was at rock bottom. You're not at rock bottom no more. They were there for me when I had nothing. Well, you have something right now. They were there for me when I was overweight. Well, you lost over 80 pounds now. So what are we talking about? We still living in the past like it's the present. And then we wondering, right? Yeah, I know. I'm gonna drink my water though, because I know some people don't like when I get into this. I'm on 3 different channels, and I know people gonna be triggered. They should be. Once again, I'm not here to be nobody's friend. I could care less what anybody feel like. We gotta hear the ugly truth, but let me drink my water and mind my business, right? We watch everything else. But the things that can help us with our stress, our health, our energy, our spirituality, now we're not doing that. We only want to be spiritual on Sundays or whenever y'all celebrate whatever. But you don't just breathe on Sunday. We only want to work on our weight at the end of the year. But them clothes, you've been buying new clothes every few months because your weight is keep going up and not down. And it's not the muscle man's big bro. Sis, it's not the fact that you got thick people in your family. It just runs in your family. That's not it. We confuse cellulite with thickness. We're not doing that. But I'll get to that on another lab. So when we're thinking about pawns, you have to know if they're a pawn or not. Are they keeping you away from what you need to go, your purpose? Are they really sidetracking you from what you believe in you need to be doing? If you went from good to bad, to having money in your bank account, to being in the red, to getting good sleep, to now you have insomnia, 9 times out of 10, they either a pawn that's really are trying to destroy you or a parasite. And they move like ticks. And they get all over you. And then before you know it, in a project, you just got to know the difference. Just because they're good in this area don't mean they'll be a good person for you. That's something that we have to be mindful about. That's where discernment and prayer comes into play at. Now, you know about a partner, those are the people that help you grow. Those individuals who be so influential towards you. They're not going to tell you always what you want to hear. They're not always going to be your best friend and everything, but they're going to give you healthy, constructive things to put you in a position where when you get around them, you want to lose weight. You want to get a better job. You want to gain a skill. You want to be better in your relationship. You want to be a better mother or a father or better parent. You want to serve more. You want to exercise gratitude more. Those type of people in your life, you definitely need a lot of. Same way with Jesus. He had James, John, and Peter. Yeah, I think it was. He had those out of the 12. You're going to have some in your circle. That's why we have a big circle and inner circle, right? Those is things that's really important. If you really understand the fact of assessing your people in your life, it's not that they're doing you wrong. You just put them in the wrong spot. You got a person that should be a janitor, and you got them as the executive. You got a person that's probably supposed to be a window cleaner, and you got them as your electrician. You got somebody that should be your CEO or work on being your CEO, and you got them on an on-call type of thing because you don't like them. Sometimes we let our feelings or our belief systems or our culture standpoints shape how we should deal with a person. And then when a person deal with us based off their character, we get so shocked. It was this story I heard a while ago about it was a frog and a snake. Frog and a scorpion. Where the story went, the scorpion was asking the frog, help me get across this lake. The frog explained to him, nah, I don't really trust you like that because you're going to sting me. The scorpion promised him, this me paraphrasing, I'm not going to do this to you. I got you. I'm not going to do that. I got self-control. He get on the frog. They go across the lake. Now, the first half, everything seemed to be copacetic. Down the way, things seemed like it was going to good. Then guess what? The scorpion, his character came out, who he really was, who he been all this time. Stung the frog. They both drowned. Moral of the story, no matter what, within your character, what's in the dark always going to come into the light. You can act and say, but who you are is going to show in a desperate time. In a temptation, when you're hungry, when you're down and out, that real you is going to pop out. And once you start identifying the projects in your life who you meant to help, the parasites in your life who's taking your energy because they want to clout chase or be next to you, they want to be in all your videos, all your businesses around your relationships. They want your shine so bad. We understand that the parasites, which that's what they do, when you understand the pawns, they're trying to destroy you. You can tell. You ain't had beef until you got around them. You don't have beef then. You don't have issues. You don't have fallouts until they came into your life. They're going to start from top to bottom. They're going to start by isolating you. They're going to start by putting you in a compromising situation, make you question yourself. They're going to try to become your brain. And you got to watch out. And they don't come in dark suits and rugged. They come, once again, 6'6", abs of steel, with a subtle voice, very poetic. Watch out. Females too. They come with the scent, front lace. I mean, they stack. It look good It's like a good idea until they start talking. This is why it's good to understand your value. This is why it's good to know your potential, your worth. Because when you think about compatibility, let's get back to the pawns. When we think about compatibility, think about it like this. If two people are sick, and one person get well and the other one choose not to get well, you're not compatible no more. You're not compatible no more. Same way if two was on drugs and one get off and the other one choose not to, you guys are not compatible no more. These are the things that we get wrapped up on. Oh, we struggle together. We came up. You got a business. Other one have a drug problem. You are part of law enforcement and the other one's a scammer. And you guys are thinking you guys going to flow and thrive? It's just like a fish dating a bird. Okay, y'all get together, y'all bond. Where you guys going to live? Where you guys going to live? That should be the focal point when you assessing things. So now let me get to a real snippet of relationships. So with your partner, it is always good to check in with your partner. If you love them and you value them and they mean the world to you, it's more than just the holidays. It's more than just their birthdays. It's more than just Sweetest Day. It's more than just Sweetest Day and Valentine's Day. You can make a holiday out of any day. It's more than just posting them on social media. It's behind the scenes. It's behind them closed doors. It's in the morning, in the afternoon, throughout the week, whatever. But if you care about that person, like you guys, y'all love y'all video games. Y'all play y'all video games faithfully. Y'all love y'all sports too. If you gave her that excitement, you'll be surprised how she'll operate. You females, how y'all go these mimosas, them drinks y'all like to do, and all these girls trips place y'all like going to, if you give that excitement to your man, you'll be surprised. But that's if you guys are focused on cultivating each other, inspiring each other. If y'all was competing on how to love each other better on a daily goals, it'll be a lot more peaceful. It'll be a lot more peaceful. I said in the other live, I was talking to a lady who in a good relationship with a guy, but she want to know how to be better. And I explained to her, if you give this man these 3 types of love, he's going to honor that. If you give him that informative type of love, inform him he needs some type of provision, to get some guidance, some type of counsel from a higher power, to teach him how to be a better protector and a provider for her. And then after the informative love you give him, then you give him the unconditional love. The unconditional love is to help him when he at rock bottoms, when he's stressed out, when he feel like he's losing himself. Give them that type of love that he's going to need when he feel like he's not loving himself. Then you give them the tough love, the accountability. He's going to embrace that a little bit better. If he's a lot more healthy in a better space and he seems like he's growing, he's going to understand that foot to the neck, that kick in the butt, because you gave them the first 2 types of love. And he know from a good space, you want to see the best out of him. And you men, if you only understand what intimacy is more than just sex. The texts, females love that. The flowers, some females do, some females don't. Find what your girl like. Whether it's some type of food, whatever the case may be, compliments here and there, a hug, a touch, understand her love language. Listen to her in conversations. It's not always about your solution, how to fix it. Sometimes she wants you to live in the moment. She wants you to be in the moment, big bro. That helps. Doing dishes from time to time, that's a thing. Throwing garbage out, that's a thing. Helping with groceries. Carrying the groceries, that's a thing, big bro. Giving a massage. Massaging a scalp, that's a thing for some females. Figure out what your girls like. Pay attention. You know when your dog's sick, because why? Because you pay attention. You know when your iguana, your snake, whatever. You know when your kid's acting up, but you don't know when your girl is burnt out. Well, she might just need a little bit dose of attention. Well, she gonna need you to pick them weeds out of her garden because she overthink. She assumed too much. She don't have enough security. She have a broken situation, but she mean well. Same way you do, big bro. You got trust issues. Nobody taught you how to be a man. You don't know the true definition of being masculine. You letting your ego thinking you're a man. You letting your anatomy think you take care of business. You letting that title at that job think you can be a dictator, and you can't. Real strength in a man and in a woman is apologizing, admitting that you was wrong, rectifying a situation, exercising conflict resolution. It's taking a step back and reflecting on what a person telling them. Just because a person that you love tell you about what's going on in your life or what you're doing that's making them uncomfortable does not mean you guys have to beef. Does not mean you guys got to go to bed mad. It just mean like, okay, done, noted, and continue with your day. It doesn't mean jump on social media, throw these subliminal remarks about your mate that you love, that you finna lay down with. It doesn't mean go to your girls, your guys, or your family members because you guys gonna make up. And guess what? Your family don't know you guys made up. And now the holidays come around, and now you're looking at them funny. Now it's a problem. That is what's important to focus on and reflect on. If people just took that moment and reflected on the importance of a relationship. I'll leave that there, though. Big business.